Hi everybody. Once again, we're back with Alex and Panda Revisit Steven Universe. Today's episode is Season 1, Episode 7, Bubble Buddies, and not the one from SpongeBob. As usual, I'm Panda. Currently fronting is Falin, the fictive of the character from Dungeon Meshi. And this is Alex.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. So let's go over the quick synopsis of the episode today. Stephen is trying to basically catch the attention of a young girl that's hanging around on the same beach that the gems happen to be on. She's currently reading a book just around the beach. So he decides to take his sweet ride, which is just like a bicycle, across the very rideable surface of the soft beach sand. Um, this predictably goes poorly, and he runs off as the preteen kid that he is, trying to make friends with somebody that he's awkward with. So the gems try to egg him on and agree to not watch him as he tries to do the same thing with the girl. Mm. And they all notice that he takes a bracelet out of the fridge, but they're generally out of the episode from this point forward. Uh, when this happens, Stephen goes tries to just tries to take Garnet's advice and just try to talk to Connie. That is a spoiler. Well, whatever. Uh, but as he's walking towards it, some sort of shaking happens, and part of the rock cliff face of the temple breaks off and almost smashes Connie over the head. So Stephen very quickly jumps in to save her and accidentally activates his gem power again, which forms uh, a sort of magic bubble around both of them, which they can't seem to get out of anymore. They both introduce to each other, and we find out the girl's name is Connie. She's kind of a bookish girl who doesn't normally live in the area because her dad is
Security guard.
yes, a security guard. Not a cub security guard. And that's about all they get for the moment. And they
He's
spend.
Jeremy Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh no, they won't be there for long. Uh,
Okay.
But yes, a big chunk of the episode next is them just simply trying to get out of the bubble via going through multiple characters across Beach City. They go to Lars and Sadie at the donut shop. Sadie actually tries, while Lars kind of is sort of a stereotypical like bully high school character and is mocking Steven in a dating way. That doesn't work. They go to a new character called I forget, was his name Onion?
Yeah, his name's Onion.
Yes, they go to Onion, who seems to be sort of a reserved, quiet boy. Uh,
I
um,
believe he's canonically autistic.
oh, that's fair. That's good. That's nice. He doesn't seem bad. Like he did what they like asked him to. They went to the dock to get like a harpoon gun, and Stephen only draws like a picture that makes no sense, and then Connie actually just writes the words out for a harpoon gun, and I forget if it was mentioned, but it sounded like it was implied that the ship that Connie's family owned accidentally got hit by the harpoon that ricocheted off the bubble and immediately sunk. I couldn't tell. I couldn't like. It sounded like she knew the ship in the moment, but like I couldn't 100%. I feel like I didn't 100% grasp it. Uh, and then they finally go to the darn it, I forget. It's off the tip of my tongue. Is it Smile Land? Basically,
The
the
Funland.
the Funland Park next to Beach City. And I actually think it's really funny why they go there. And Steven says that horrible accidents happen there all the time, so that'll pop the bubble for sure. And I think that's actually really funny because I kind of like the environment of a shady, rundown, schlocky carnival area that just so sucks. I think it's
God.
really funny. But this obviously goes wrong, and they accidentally get pushed into the ocean, which immediately uh, raises the flag of will they have enough air to get out in time? Because they're in a bubble. And it gets worse when a gem monster pushes them even further into a ravine. And Connie's been relatively calm for most of the episode. Honestly, like I was surprised at how calm she was in the beginning. She seemed like you mentioned Onion was autistic, but I almost kind of felt that Connie gave off vibes of like the low key autism as well, where she like
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
yeah, she gave us a sort of like the sort of bookish like sort of not very logical, but it's just sort of taking in information as she observes it, and it's not
I mean,
very.
autism is a spectrum.
That's
They're
true. That's
very.
true.
Onion is just, I believe, is canonically like autistic, whereas Connie is somewhere on the spectrum, but just hasn't been diagnosed yet.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, but at the very least, I will say something that's interesting to note is that Connie takes quite a while to really like start emotionally flaring up, I guess is the best way to put it. It it takes her a hot second, which it's more of a slow build up, and it comes to a very it comes to a head at the ocean moment. But this actually leads into something that I do think is a sweet scene, where it's revealed that the reason why Stephen wanted to get to know her is that he saw her in a parade at Beach City on the sidewalk, and she accidentally dropped her bracelet, her the glow in the dark sort of bracelet, and that was the bracelet from the fridge that he took out earlier in the episode that the crystal gems noticed. And all this time he just sort of never like got to return this bracelet that he found uh to her, and he manages to calm Connie down. What I think is genuinely like a sweet moment between the two, where he gives her the glow in the dark bracelet to try to help calm her down in the dark ocean. Uh, at that moment, the bubble pops, and we very fortunately don't have a repeat of what happened last year with those other submarine people. Um, and
Uh oh.
and they managed to get on land. The monster that pushed them down was hunting for like a sort of glowy red kelp seaweed, which is the same color as the bracelet. So Stephen uh, helps divert the monster away from Connie, and incidentally not really destroys it, but explodes it by accidentally making it twist around itself in the Beach City boardwalk, falling in on it. And the crystal gems finally come running in because they agreed to not watch him, and they only just got back. I don't even know what they were doing. They really weren't doing anything. They just came in at the very last second. And basically, Steven and Connie are friends now. And that's the episode.
The
I
only note I have is the first appearance of Connie.
no,
Oh, it was also the first appearance of Onion, too.
yeah. Uh, it was also did Mr. Smiley appear before? I forget. But
Yeah,
he.
he's had cameos before.
Okay, okay. But yeah, I will say I honestly like this episode. Like it's simple, but I feel it had like a nice heartwarming moment at the bottom of the ocean. Uh, Steven's naivety is like it's fine. He's a kid. I don't really care. It's fine to be naive about like this very simple thing. And honestly, I would be in the same position where I wasn't exactly expecting to be launched into the ocean from the carnival, so I can't exactly blame that on him either way. So I think that this is a nice start between Connie and Steven's friendship, and I think it perfectly services the plot that it was trying to tell well.
All right.
Do you have any other thoughts, Alex, or is this like just kind of a case of like a really straightforward episode that manages to do its job?
I think that's the only thing I can say about it. Like, I could talk about Connie, but
You really
that
don't.
would be way too spoilerific for where we are in the show right now. I mean, I know we said that spoilers didn't really matter, but the thing is, we're trying to approach these episodes as they come,
Yeah,
and I have to reserve a lot of my thoughts for Connie for what's to come,
that's fair. That's fair.
because Connie and I can't even say that.
No, no, yeah.
I should actually make this really, really personal and incredibly subjective so that it isn't necessarily a judgment on the show to come.
That's fair.
I personally think that Connie was executed not as well as she could have been. I personally think a lot of Connie falls flat the more the show lives. And I do, once again, it has to just go back to that old network mandate about men, about the way men should be treated in the show. It's not the show's fault. It's the network's fault. It's just what they mandated that the show had to be.
No, yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, we can gauge from company right now is that she seems to be sort of a new, like, Greg is sort of a normal person reacting to the magical antics, while Connie seems to be a very voice of reason, is what I'm going to say. Like, that's a reasonable, like, character archetype. Would you? Yeah, no, that's it. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, that's
At the
cool.
moment, she seems to be both a human element that's different from the other human elements that Steven makes, where he knows human people, but like besides his dad, Greg, I kind of feel that there's a level of divorcement that he has with the other characters where there's not really a human character on his level. And I would say it's important for Connie to get introduced to bring a character that's more in the same like field of childhood as he is. Like Petey is close, but I'd almost argue that Petey has already like surpassed Steven when it comes to adulthood, which is almost funny. Because Petey's sort of oh yeah, we see Pete. No, that was last episode. But we did see Petey last episode, and he has gone like full like taking his first job way too seriously mode. So I would say that they're not exactly on the same level anymore. And Connie is a good foil to Steven who can complement his features more than be like an older character who like doesn't quite see him on the same level. Yeah, no, that's what I feel.
Yeah, it's funny because I do actually think Petey is a successful foil to Steven because he represents the world that Steven basically will not get into.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, did you say the world Steven will not get into?
The world he will not get into, yes.
Oh, okay, yes. For some reason, I thought you said moral, and I was like, I guess so, yeah. But I didn't think Steven got a 9 to 5. Oh god, Steven's universe, and we're living in it. He's flipping burgers at McDonald's. He's doing my taxes at my bank. What is he doing now? Oh god.
That's a good question. What is he doing now? Because
Uh
Rebecca Sugar actually apparently wants to come back with a sequel series.
Apparently Steven Universe is beating up Bugs Bunny and the Joker, from what I'm seeing currently.
Oh my goodness. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, around this time, for anyone listening, possibly in the future, I don't imagine it'll be topical, but like multiverses is coming back after doing a bunch of bad things in regards to being a like early access game that you can pay for, and then they took it completely offline despite people paying a lot of money for it. I don't
Uh-oh.
I don't even know what they're doing now, but Steven Universe is there and Garnet is there, so I guess technically that's relevant. You know, Alex, what if we just recorded a session of us attempting to play as them? Because it's technically a free to play game. So, like, we don't have to pay any money for it. And then we just, like, quit after 10 minutes because we don't want to play it anymore.
That would be really funny. I think we should do that. That's base.
We play for Garnet and Steven for 10 minutes online, and then we immediately get annihilated because the only people playing now are people who have put in like 100 hours into the game due to the fact that it was an early access game that you could play money for, and therefore the sunk cost fallacy set in. Uh,
Goodness gracious.
I swear, I don't know. Once the Iron Giant came in, there was nothing that Stevens could do against this great pacifist that shot me to death with a laser gun. Um,
Oh. Oh my goodness, the Iron Giant. Oh
but
man.
that's honestly all she wrote. I will admit, I did like this. I did like this episode.
I'm sorry I couldn't say more. It's just Connie will be more relevant later. And I think her second appearance, we'll definitely both have a lot more to say about her in regards to the happenings of that episode.
I do not remember what her second appearance is, so we're looking forward to it.
All right, we will see you all later.
See you all later, everybody. Thank you for
Good
existing.
night.
Good night.
If I could begin to be half of what you think of me, I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love like you.